So let's talk about probably one of the most important parts of the F1 game, and that is the handling. Now, for me, I am 100% an F1 2020 girl. I really feel like they combined everything that we expected from a simcade into that game, and I really think they hit their peak. Ironically, that's when they were still Codemasters and they weren't owned by EA. And since being owned by EA, the handling has kind of dipped. I really didn't like F1 24. I think I did the review for it and I played it a little bit and then I just went, that's enough. I just didn't like the handling. It felt incredibly arcadey. If I'm being honest, F1 25 is better than F1 24, but it still has a lot of the arcadey handling that I really didn't enjoy. Now, essentially what EA are trying to do is make this game more accessible, but the problem for me is this is the game that I would go and play if I wanted to be as close to being a Formula 1 driver as possible, but unfortunately it really doesn't give me that. I'm going to take you for a spin around Austria and I'm hoping that you can kind of see where I'm coming from with this driving. The default setups, I will give you a heads up, are terrible. I've got some more content coming out in which I use default setups and whoa, tyre wear wasn't fun. So I'm using the Thrustmaster T598. I need to up my force feedback, but I just want to show you I should have been dead there. I should have died. I've got no TC on, I've just got ABS on at the minute. I feel like you can really throw this thing around. Like, really throw it around. And the majority of the time, it will save you. Let's do a lap. That's now allowed, apparently. I've been validated, but never mind. You see how easy that was for me? And I'm not a particularly talented driver. It just, like, it's very forgiving, which is fine. Accessibility wise, like if you're new to F1, you're going to find this really easy. And I'm not a particularly fast driver, but I can just throw it round. I'm not particularly fast, to tell you that. But that was a lap. I think that delta's wrong. Oh, I know why. I'm not being gentle in any way, shape or form. Like, I can literally just throw it around. It bit me then a little bit. The curbs are definitely a bit more of a challenge, especially the ones that are a little bit raised. But other than that, it's not that difficult to play, if I'm being honest. I'm just flooring it. I'm absolutely flooring it. The only place I really have to be careful is here. So that's it. But literally, I planted my foot on that then. Just caress the accelerator a little bit. And that's it. That is Really all you need to do. And it's probably, for me, the easiest F1 game I've ever played, because I don't really turn TC off that much on F1. I tend to keep it on just because I'm a little bit right foot heavy. But yeah, anyone should be able to play this. And this is the point for me. A lot of people that have played F1 have played it since very, very early on, dependent on your age. And it used to be quite challenging. Like, it was a really nice game to play. And essentially what EA have now done is try to make it accessible for everyone, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. But the core fans, the core players who have played this for years, who liked a bit of a challenge, who liked to feel like this was the closest thing they could get to F1, I just don't think they're going to be happy with it. If you had to categorize it into Simcade, Sim, Arcade, this definitely sits in Arcade as far as I'm concerned. And if they just said, look, it's an arcade game, I'd probably feel a lot better about the whole thing, because at least they're being honest. And if I'm being honest, if this was an arcade game, it's a bloody good arcade game. Because handling wise, it's absolutely perfect as an arcade game. Like, you can have a lot of fun with it. You can throw it around. You could still lose it, don't get me wrong. I've showed you. Too much on the accelerator and it will bite you. Too much curb and it will bite you. But as far as it being a simcade, and for me where it used to really sit, it's not good. That is horrific. If you did that with a single seater, I should start to lose it. There we go, I have. Here's where I would put this. I would definitely put it as an arcade, but a very, very good arcade. If you're a new F1 player, haven't played many of them, this is the perfect game for you to get into, because you can really hone in and develop your skills on this game. It covers all levels. So if you're a beginner, amateur, experienced, everyone will be able to play this game very, very easily. Now, the esport drivers and the aliens, I'm not going to say that you're going to be their pace, because they'll just continue to get even quicker. But I think you'll find that you'll easily pick up your pace, and it's a really good game to try out F1. However, if you're a seasoned F1 player, it's a bit better than 24. Handling wise, it's still a bit pointy. It's still a bit too easy. The DRS is a little less brainy, but really all they've done in terms of that is just make dirty air. It's difficult to follow behind because dirty air is a little bit harder, a little bit worse, but it's not the end of the world, and you'll probably find that you can just do the DRS train quite easily, no problem. It's got a lot going for it, this game. I love the story mode. I think the story mode is a really good aspect to add in. I think there's a lot to do as in terms of my team, even though I'm not particularly a fan of what they've done with my team, and not being able to add your own character is a bit daft in my eyes. My advice to seasoned F1 players is to go grab yourself an iRacing membership, purchase the W14 Mercedes F1 car. There'll be some tracks included with your membership, and take that out for a spin, because that is the closest thing you can get to driving an F1 car on a racing game, because this, it's not it, I'm afraid.